Bulls Nation, we have a lot to talk about in this video. More Chicago Bulls official news, official announcement from our team, talking a little bit about the Summer League, who appeared in the Summer League, and the importance of our new signing that is official in Alex Caruso and what he would mean to the Chicago Bulls, and a little bit of a Lauri Markkanen update as well. All of these things and more in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to more Bulls updates in relation to Lauri Markkanen, free agency, and also the Summer League, ladies and gentlemen. We had a very good Chicago Bulls game against the San Antonio Spurs, and I feel like that's also an important aspect to talk about in this video as well. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and what could officially be done going forward, as well as what's been officially announced by the Chicago Bulls. We're going to start things off relatively simple with a little bit of a Lauri Markkanen update. Now, with Lauri Markkanen, there is a lot to be talked about, but again, time is running out in terms of what Lauri Markkanen can be for the Chicago Bulls. So I try and want to bring a little bit more of a different aspect of what could happen with Lauri Markkanen if he is going to stay for this season. So let's just say this was, I think, yesterday it was reported by Daniel Greenberg. Several teams have shown interest in Lauri Markkanen to deals that were worth around $15 million, but the Chicago Bulls are interested and seeking a first-round pick for Lauri Markkanen. This is probably why it's taking a long time for Lauri Markkanen to get dealt to another team, because Lauri Markkanen is believed by the Chicago Bulls to be worth a first-round pick, and other teams don't feel the same way. Some teams might be willing to offer some second-round picks for Lauri Markkanen, but I don't think many teams are interested in giving the Chicago Bulls a first-round pick. For me, at the end of the day, this is getting a little bit old when it comes to the Bulls and Lauri Markkanen. It seems to be there's clear conflictions here between what the two sides want. What Lauri Markkanen is seeking, a fresh start, wants to play for a new team, be a starter and whatnot. And the Chicago Bulls are trying to get the best out of what they can get from Lauri Markkanen. Again, you don't want your best asset to leave for nothing. And the fact that he is asking for a lot of money into Lauri Markkanen, I believe, it is something that, at the end of the day, has been making a lot of teams hesitant to either put in an offer sheet first off or potentially go and seek a sign and trade for him. In my opinion, Lauri Markkanen is probably worth a first-round pick if he didn't come out and say he wanted a fresh start. The fact that he's basically come out and said that he wants to leave the Chicago Bulls makes our, I guess, power in this situation a lot less than what it could have been. Why would the Chicago Bulls deal Lauri Markkanen with no first-round pick when Lauri Markkanen wants to leave? I guess the example here is, if you're the Dallas Mavericks and you want Lauri Markkanen, but you're not willing to give up a first-round pick, Lauri Markkanen has said publicly he wants to leave. Why would the Dallas Mavericks give us a first-round pick for Lauri Markkanen when, in hindsight, you could wait a year? Lauri Markkanen can verbally say, yeah, I'll join your team. They wait a year, Lauri Markkanen joins their team for nothing, then we lose our asset. So when it comes to this, it does basically mean the Chicago Bulls, depending on what they want out of the situation, does have the ultimate power, but Lauri Markkanen has made our power a lot less than what it could have been. So I don't see a team giving us a first-round pick straight up. I think there has to be more involved in that deal for us to get a first-round pick in return. And I don't really know how that's going to happen. But again, hopeful thinking, wishful thinking. Let's see if the Chicago Bulls can get what they want out of this deal. But I want Lauri Markkanen not on this team anymore. Not because I don't like the player. I respect the player, and I do like Lauri Markkanen. But this is getting a bit messy now, and I don't want a player that doesn't want to be here. I'll say that to the moon and back. I do not want a player that does not want to be here. My personal feelings for Lauri Markkanen aside, what I believe he could be in the future, what I believe he could have been on this team, whatever that means, is all out the window if he doesn't want to be here. I am more interested in players. I have more time for players that want to be a Chicago Bull. Lauri Markkanen might want to be a Chicago Bull, but he's come out and said that he wants a fresh start, and that was enough for me to say I think we need to get rid of Lauri Markkanen. So I'm not really bothered about what we get in return at this point. I'm sure the Chicago Bulls will see that differently, but if I had the choice, I would just let Lauri Markkanen walk at this point. I'm not really sure. But if Lauri Markkanen is going to stay on this team, this is what I wanted to bring to you. If Lauri Markkanen is going to stay on this team, there's a bit of an interest here because Lauri Markkanen can accept our qualifying offer. He basically will not have a choice if no team goes in for him. He will remain on our team for this season. We could potentially offer him a little bit of a shorter contract in which he might be forced to accept as well. So we could technically keep him here for the long term on a short-based contract, I guess for a lesser contract than what he's seeking. But of course, that just doesn't make sense in terms of how are we going to get rid of him in the future. I don't really know at this point. But the qualifying offer means he stays here 1 year. We try to seek out a trade the entire year for the Chicago Bulls. We don't get a trade, or we do get a trade, he's off to another team. Free agency next season, he's off to another team. We sign him on a shorter term deal. That might actually be worth it because we could probably get something very valuable because Lauri Markkanen won't be on that expensive contract. But yeah, we could do something like that, but I just don't feel like it makes sense, in my opinion, for us to keep an unhappy player here. And the way that he's been acting already, it's not been really professional from Lauri Markkanen either. So I don't really think this is the best way to go. I think we need to get rid of Lauri Markkanen. More news about the Chicago Bulls. Our Summer League game did indeed happen against the San Antonio Spurs, and we came back by 22 points. But we got to see some signings, ladies and gentlemen. We got to see one of our signings officially with the Chicago Bulls gang. We saw DeMar DeRozan with Coach Donovan, Arturius, Eversley, and Troy Brown Jr. They were all there watching the Bulls versus the Spurs, and he was communicating with Billy Donovan. He was communicating with the players on this team. He was communicating to former Spurs players as well. Look, this makes me very happy to see. He's obviously very interested. And again, you didn't see a lot of Bulls players go and watch their Summer League games, but DeMar DeRozan is here. He's watching Patrick Williams. He's watching Devon Dotson. He's watching Ayo Dosunmu. He's watching Marcus Seminovic, because these are going to be his future teammates. And it's good to see that he's giving them advice. It's good to see that he's watching and supporting our team. And of course, he's supporting the Spurs as well. This makes a lot of sense for DeMar DeRozan to be here. But I'm very, very happy with that situation. And again, DeMar DeRozan, just think about DeMar DeRozan on this team. I know many people have been caught up in this whole tampering thing and whatnot. I don't want people to forget the things that we've done this offseason. DeMar DeRozan is game-changing for our team. Lonzo Ball is game-changing for our team. And these two players were gotten fairly quickly. I'm very happy with the progress that the Chicago Bulls have made in free agency. Also, there has been more news that Zach LaVine is very appreciated and respected amongst the Chicago Bulls regime. As to be expected, Zach LaVine wanted respect in the communication process and in, the process of extending his contract. He got the respect he deserved. Zach LaVine feels appreciated. The Bulls appreciate Zach LaVine. Happy situation, happy family, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you want to see. I'm very happy that Zach LaVine is appreciated by his front office, as it should be. He's our best player. He should not be disrespected. He should not feel unappreciated to this team. And we've got him pieces here that hopefully he can win with. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about our official signing. The Chicago Bulls have announced Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is officially a Chicago Bulls, as announced on their Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. With Alex Caruso, I want to talk about what he would bring to this team. I did this with Lonzo Ball in a lot more of an extended video, but for this version, I'm going to try and keep it a little bit shorter because we are running a bit off of time. Alex Caruso is going to bring, the first thing, intensity, willingness to defend. He's going to be in my opinion, the hardest working player on that bench and probably the hardest working player on the team in general. He's ferocious in his defense. He has fantastic tenacity. He will get at you. He's a pit bull mentality player, and he will make sure that you know that he's on the court defensively. But this is not something that I'm truly worried about with Alex Caruso. I think we all know that's what he's going to bring. That's the main thing that he's known for. I think offensively, he's going to have a lot more of a responsibility in terms of facilitating and scoring than you saw on the Lakers. The Lakers, he had to fit a role because a lot of time he's playing with LeBron. LeBron's going to be the ball handler. LeBron's going to be the scorer. LeBron's going to be the playmaker. LeBron's the king of that team. No pun intended. He is the king of that team. And Alex Caruso played a role. On this bench, I feel like Billy Donovan will get the absolute best out of Alex Caruso offensively. Because defensively, we already know Alex Caruso is going to be there. He's going to be a top dog on the defensive end, and he's going to really help elevate our defense to a better standing. We all know this. Offensively, Alex Caruso, in my opinion, will have a tremendous responsibility to lead that bench when it comes to the facilitating and when it comes to the scoring of this team. Alex Caruso is a 40% three-point shooter. Of course, I don't expect that to be the case if he's taking more shots, but he's a reliable catch and shoot guy. He's a reliable 3-and-D player, and he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot more on this team than what he would have on the Lakers. So with that being said, I want to see a little bit more aggression from Alex Caruso. I want him to be a well-known presence offensively just as much as he is defensively, because then that contract becomes 10 times more worth it than what it is now. Many people see Alex Caruso as an overpaid player. I'm not bothered about the money we're giving to Alex Caruso, because I know the defensive capabilities on this team is something we desperately needed and something that is willing to be paid for by the Chicago Bulls. And we got that in the perimeter defense as well as the interior defense with Alex Caruso. He does bring some highlights. He's able to dunk, slash to the basket. He is a good shooter as well, and he's a highlight player. He lives for the highlights as well. So with Alex Caruso, what I expect to see from him on this team is just more responsibility on the offensive end. I want him to be able to run the floor in many ways, run the show from the bench. Because not all the time he's going to be playing with Lonzo, DeMar, Zach LaVine, because they will probably run the show if they're playing with Alex Caruso. But when Alex Caruso is on the bench and he's leading this team with the bench and the bench is rolling out all in its entirety, Alex Caruso needs to be the leader on that team, and Alex Caruso needs to be the one that runs the show from the bench. That's what I want to see from Alex Caruso. That's what I believe we're paying him for. Defensively, offensively, two-way capability, and I want him to do it at a high level. And I truly think he will have a lot more responsibility on this team. Very similar to Daniel Tice. Alex Caruso will have a lot more responsibility on this team than he did on the Lakers. The Lakers are really missing Alex Caruso. A lot of Lakers fans are very upset that he's gone, and we're kind of mixed about whether we like Alex Caruso or not. But I truly think Alex Caruso will be a solid player for us, and we just need to give him that opportunity and the chance to succeed here. And there's no one I trust more than Billy Donovan to get the best out of a player like Alex Caruso. Someone that's willing to learn, someone that's gone and taken a new challenge, and someone that I believe could do very well on this team. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts about all of the news presented to you today with Lauri Markkanen, obviously, Zach LaVine. We talked about DeMar DeRozan being at the Summer League game. All of these things. If you haven't checked out my Summer League reaction against the San Antonio Spurs, feel free to check that out. I talk a lot about how great Patrick Williams is. I'm sure many people would like to hear that. If you haven't seen that, feel free to check it out. And yeah, have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more Chicago Bulls videos. Take care and peace.